Good morning, all. I am Radhakrishna, Associate Professor of Commerce in Government Commerce and Management College, Ballari. Today, I teach you how to compute income from house property. Computation of income from house property. Income from house property. 3 steps are to be followed while computing income from house property. First step is ascertainment of gross annual value. This is the base point for computing income from house property. The following points are to be noted while computing gross annual value. We have to take into consideration municipal value of the house property, and in this we have to follow 3 steps. Step 1, either municipal value or fair rental value. These two are to be compared, and between these two, whichever is more is to be taken into further step. Or in second step, standard rent is to be considered. This standard rent will be fixed by the Rent Control Act. In cities wherever Rent Control Act is applicable, there the government will fix the standard rent. That standard rent should be taken into comparison with either municipal value or fair rental value, whichever is more. And in this comparison, whichever is less is to be taken to further step. Or step 3, actual rent realized from house property. And from actual rent, if there is any unrealized rent, it should be deducted from the actual rent. Now it should be compared to the earlier one. And between these two, whichever is more, whichever is higher is to be taken into consideration. Whichever is more is to be taken into consideration. And from this, if there is any vacancy rent, this rent for the period where the house is vacant for any particular period during the previous year, if there is any such vacancy rent should be deducted. The balance is to be called as gross annual value. This is step 1 for calculating gross annual value. And in point 2, step 2, if there are any municipal taxes paid by the owner are to be deducted. If these are paid only by the owner, landlord, should only be deducted. And in certain cases where municipal taxes will be paid by the tenant also, if the municipal taxes are paid by the tenant, should not be taken into consideration. Or if the municipal taxes payable, outstanding municipal taxes should also be not taken into consideration. Only when municipal taxes paid by the landlord should be allowed as a deduction. And remaining value is called as annual value. This is net annual value. From this annual value, under step 3, we allow certain deductions under section 24. Only 2 types of deductions are allowed under this category. One is standard deduction. Standard deduction at 30% of annual value. 30% of annual value. The annual value which has been calculated earlier, out of which 30% should be allowed as a standard deduction. This is allowed for the purpose of certain expenses borne by the owner, like rent, repairs, collection charges, insurance premium, ground rent, annual charge, etc., whatever expenses are borne by the landlord, for that purpose, we allow standard deduction at 30% of the annual value is number one. Number two, interest on loan can also be allowed as a deduction. Interest on loan, whatever amount paid by the landlord during the previous year, entire amount of such interest on loan in case of let out property will be allowed. Only these two deductions will be allowed from the annual value. Remaining value is called as income from house property. Firstly, we have to remember 3 points. One is ascertainment of gross annual value. Second one is allowing municipal taxes. Third is allowing deductions under section 24. There are only 2 types of deductions. One is standard deduction. Second one is interest on loan. After allowing these 2 deductions, so remaining net amount can be either called as income from house property, or even that can also be loss from house property. If the expenditure is more than the annual value, the result is called as loss from house property. If the annual value is more than a total amount of deductions, so the net amount is called as income from house property. While allowing interest on loan which has been taken for either purchase of house or construction of house or even for renovation of the house can also be considered. And here the interest is taken into 2 types. This will be categorized into 2. Interest paid in respect of self-occupied property. Self-occupied property. In this case, if the loan is taken on or after 1999, a maximum limit is rupees up to 2 lakh. If the loan is taken on or after 1/4/1999, the maximum limit is up to 2 lakh rupees. If the loan is taken prior to or up to loan taken up to 31/3/1999, the maximum limit is only up to rupees 30,000. Up to rupees 30,000. But whereas in case of interest on loan paid in respect of let out property, there is no maximum limit. Entire amount of interest can be allowed as a deduction. And the third point is, if the interest amount is pertaining to the period of construction, this interest amount is allowed in 5 equal installments. 5 equal installments. That is 1/5 of the interest is allowed in each year for 5 years from the previous year where the house was let out. This is the procedure for computing interest income from house property. Saka?